welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to The Tonight Show. You made it. You're watching. Well, guys, this is big news. For the first time in over a year, New York City has resumed 24-hour subway service. That's big. That's right. The subways are once again running 24 hours a day, minus the 23 hours they're out of service. But still, that's right. The subway is running 24 hours is great news for the city, but tough break for all the rat weddings that have scheduled between 2 and 4 a.m. Unfortunate. Do you guys remember simpler times in New York City when the biggest health crisis was a pole on the 7th train? Touch that thing. I'd rather fall into someone than touch that pole. That's right. There's the A, there's the B, the C, a bunch of other types of hepatitis you can get on the subway. Just be careful when you grab that pole. Speaking of New York, the Brooklyn Nets are in the NBA playoffs.
Oh, wow.
They're in the NBA playoffs, and Mayor Bill de Blasio showed his team's spirit while announcing that their arena will also be a vaccination site. Check out how he was dressed.
The Nets are now going to be joining the battle against COVID with a mobile vaccination site right outside Barclays Center.
Right now, Jay-Z is like, thank God I sold my piece of the Nets. He looks like a guy who sits courtside and can't get any high fives from the players. You know that guy? You got the classic basketball fan outfit, hat, jersey, and a blue button-down over the jersey. I don't think I've ever seen anyone wear that in my life. Ever.
What?
You don't think there'd be someone in the office go like, why don't you put the jersey over this shirt, maybe? Yeah, you know what? Put the shirt over the jersey.
First thing you do is you're all right.
That's the fashion version of an airball. You know, that's... Rob Lowe looked more natural at the NFC Championship, and he was just... because he was rooting for football there, you know? Speaking of vaccination sites, later this week, a strip club in Las Vegas will be offering the COVID vaccine. All right, now we're up to 2 poles you shouldn't put your hands on, okay? That's right, the strip club is the only vaccination site where you leave and still need to get tested. You know what I'm saying? That's right. When you walk into the club, there's a sign that says 2-dose minimum. You know what I'm saying? The idea makes sense if we're being honest. The vaccines do kind of sound like stripper names, like, put your hands together for Moderna. Well, guys, COVID restrictions are being lifted around the country, which means people are finally getting out for the first time in over a year. And a lot of us have forgotten what's normal behavior and what's not. For example, it's normal for things to get a little stressful at the grocery store when it's busy, but it's not normal doing this.
Police say a fight broke out between 2 women in the potato chip aisle. Security footage caught one woman hitting the woman in the face with a 10-pound log of prepackaged meat.
Also, with the weather warming up, it's normal if you want to go outside and hang out. What's not normal is doing it like this.
One South Florida man tried to tell police he was just hanging out. The only problem was he was relaxing on a traffic light.
Finally, it's totally normal to start traveling again, okay? What's not normal is doing this.
A Colorado man is facing federal charges this morning, accused of disrupting an Alaska Airlines flight by refusing to wear a mask and then urinating in the cabin.
Oh, my. He's pissed.
Some news out of Washington last night. President Biden released his tax returns, and the White House put out a statement that said, today, the president released his 2020 federal income tax return, continuing an almost uninterrupted tradition. Then, just to rub it in Trump's face even more, they tweeted it, you know? But this is nice. According to their tax return, the Bidens gave over $30,000 to charity. Yeah. It was an offshoot of Big Brothers, Big Sisters called Big Biden's Little Carters. And some news from overseas. I read that Kim Jong-un has banned citizens from having mullets or wearing skinny jeans. Right now, everyone's like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Kim Jong-un. I mean, come on, compared to Kim Jong-un, all pants are skinny pants. Look at this. Let me see that picture again.
Come on.
His waist and his leg hole are both size 38. Well, listen to this. According to a new report, some U.S. airlines may start weighing passengers before they board their flight. You know, Americans will be like, wait, let me take off my mask and see if that makes a difference. Because, you know, I've been wearing it all day. It's like 4 pounds of mask weight. So now when you get to the airport, you get searched and weighed. We're basically a urine sample away from it being a full physical. But it's not as bad as it sounds. You just discreetly step on a scale, and then the pilot announces it to everyone on board. Okay, Jerry weighs 310 pounds. Some celebrity news over the weekend. Ariana Grande surprised everyone and got married in a small ceremony. Hey! We love you, Ariana. We love Ariana. It was the only wedding where the priest said, we will now exchange these 7 rings. And finally, I was watching MSNBC yesterday, and something pretty unfortunate happened to a cyclist taking a selfie behind the reporter. Watch this.
And we know that these changes are
Yeah,
happening.
wow.
Also joining, as you guys have mentioned.
Our friends are like, well, on the bright side, your selfie's trending. Did you guys hear about Andrew Giuliani? That he's Rudy Giuliani's son. Well, he's running for governor of New York in 2022. Oh. And get this, he's already testing out some campaign slogans. First up, there's...
here we go.
What's up?
Well, let me guess. You're going to make fun of Andrew Giuliani by saying a bunch of fake slogans.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan.
And then each slogan is going to pop up as a graphic so everybody can see it and laugh about it.
Right, well, I often tell jokes about the news.
I know exactly how this will go down. Okay, the top of the screen is going to have a picture of Andrew Giuliani, and it'll say, Giuliani slogans. And then underneath that, you'll list stuff like, me big-time politics boy. Me make big-time decisions.
Yeah.
Or vote for me so Will Ferrell can play me on SNL.
Yes, that's right.
And then make America leak again. And then you'll show a photo of his dad with his hair dye leaking, and then you'll do a few more slogans like, I swear I can read. Or I had to Google how to tie this tie. And then you'll end it, I guess, with something on the nose, like proudly sponsored by Four Seasons Total Landscape. Is that how it's gonna go?
You nailed it.
That's a fun bit, man. You should do it.
Great, we'll do it tomorrow.
Hey.